Nah, 5-minute little just hoover around, get away from the
little
kids,
handheld
little
one.
bit of peace and
I don't
quiet.
mind the
Right, so I'm going to just ask you a few questions just to see what you guys do to find your 5 in your day. So if you had an extra 5 minutes in the day to support your physical and mental well-being, what would you do?
Go in the gym.
Gym?
Yeah.
I think I'd read a book.
Yeah? What
Don't
kind of books
mind
do you like to read?
Um,
Under pressure.
Comic books.
nah, to be fair, at the moment I'm reading conspiracy book.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
actually going through that at the moment, so I'm reading that.
Trent?
Probably say meditate. I'm getting into that at the minute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if you could go back and relive 5 minutes in any England game that you've played in, what would it be and why? We're just going to keep the same order, just keep it simple.
Probably scoring, the recent one for me, probably scoring in the World Cup.
Nice. Luke?
Yeah, probably scoring in the Euros final.
Last but not
Obviously
least.
what comes after.
I'd probably say first 5 minutes of my debut. Yeah, I was just excited, nervous. I like feeling things on the pitch, so that's what I was feeling. I was feeling a lot of emotion, so did that.
How do you guys control that emotion when you're in that situation?
I think you just switch into like, it's what you've done your whole life, you know? It's
Yeah.
like you've played games, even though it's a big occasion, you just switch into that automatic mode of, this is what I've always done,
Yeah.
I think.
And what is one 5-minute task that you love doing and why?
Mine's probably hoovering.
Really?
Yeah, gives me
Does
5.
it only take 5 minutes?
Yeah, I've got a good hoover.
Yeah, that takes a couple of hours at least.
Just
Got
clean
them
the mess
automatic
out.
ones that just roam. Just switches it on and roams.
Nah, 5-minute little just hoover around, get away from the
little
kids,
handheld
little
one.
bit of peace and
I
quiet.
don't mind the handheld
Yeah,
one.
that's what it is.
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Peace and quiet
Yeah,
with a
so
hoover.
that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it though.
I like that
I can
one.
Just
imagine
on
when
my
you're
own.
focused
It's a
on
good
these
one.
kind of
Yeah,
things,
good
it's
one.
nice to actually do something,
Yeah.
not mundane, but something that is a bit mundane. It's got an end goal.
Rest the
Yeah.
mind, and I feel good after it. So.
Walking the dog?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
absolutely.
be mine. That would be mine.
The thing is, the good thing of all these, and it's kind of what we're focusing on today, is that one thing where you can actually get to check out.
Yeah, I think walking the dog for me then, yeah.
Because I feel
Obviously
like
takes
this, you're
longer
always
than
on your
5
phone and
minutes.
stuff, aren't you? If
Yeah,
you're doing,
yeah.
even if you're doing stuff around the house, the
Yeah.
phone or something's always there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
when
dogs?
I leave the phone in the house and walk the dog.
If you could spend 5 minutes on the phone with any player, past or present, who would it be and why?
Probably say Bex, no? Bex.
Good
Bex
one.
is a good one.
How come?
The coolest guy ever, isn't he?
Got a lot going on, hasn't he?
yeah,
You talk about
exactly,
loads of
that's what I
different
mean,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So I'd pick him probably.
I'll probably say Zidane.
Zidane.
Yeah.
How come?
Just loved him growing up. Like probably the first superstar I ever remember seeing.
Do you speak French?
No, but he speaks English. So
He's like a patent, it's absolutely fine.
yeah.
So we're both going with Bex?
Henri as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Henri when I was a kid, so. I'd
So
go
we're going
with
Henri.
Thierry, yeah.
Fabulous. Which England teammate is most likely to spend an extra 5 minutes on the pitch after training?
Oh, I know that is straight away.
After training,
Phil Foden.
keeping it up.
Yeah, Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, Phil.
Every time.
Doing the keepy-ups and the
Yeah.
volleys and that, Phil.
And last, which England teammate is most likely to be 5 minutes early for training?
He's here now, isn't he?
Hendo.
Possibly, yeah.
How come?
Just like being on time.